Y'all hyped up Iron Claw like it was the best wrestling movie of all time. Y'all are on some bullshit. I might have done this wrong. I planned my day around Iron Claw because I knew I was going to cry and I knew I was going to be sad. So I had the day off today and I watched it last night. And before I watched it, I watched The Wrestler just so I could get a frame of reference on wrestling movies and one that I know is pretty good. That was a mistake. The Wrestler is a superior wrestling movie. I'm going to go ahead and start with that controversial statement because it feels like people are putting the Iron Claw movie over like it's the best movie that's ever been made about wrestling. And that's a falsity. It's a good movie. They really didn't give a non-wrestling fan a chance to enjoy the movie because if you don't know the story, then they didn't really show you any of the graphic stuff. For instance, Kerry losing his leg. They didn't really go into detail too much other than to tell you that he lost his leg. It felt like this would have been better as a mini series to me because it was so quick. Even though it was 2 hours and 15 minutes, everything seemed to be shortened into 15-minute increments. Whereas The Wrestler really felt like a fleshed out story of an aging superstar who is past his prime and is looking for a way to make do with his family and, well, to put himself over. You know, he wants that big paycheck again. He wants that superstardom again. But it's in the past. And I think that is a sad reality of life. Whereas the Von Erichs, it felt like they took a real angle to just go at Fritz and make sure everything that happened was Fritz's fault. And I don't know enough about the Von Erichs to know whether that's true or not. But my wife said the same thing. She's like, I don't understand what's going on. It's going so fast. And obviously, I know the bullet points that this is a huge family tragedy, that all these bad things have happened to these guys. But it doesn't really give you an example of what it should feel like or anything other than Kevin's point of view. And I know that it probably is made through Kevin's eyes because he's the only one left. But to me, it felt like it was rushed. It felt like it was too fast, and it felt like it would have been much better as an Amazon limited series. I don't know if this is because you guys hyped it up so much either, though, because for the last 4 months, everyone has been like, Iron Claw, Iron Claw, Iron Claw. I've cried my eyes out. Greatest movie I've ever seen. Come on, guys. Come on. It's not the greatest movie you've ever seen. I would say it's maybe top 5 wrestling movies, but it's definitely not top 3. There's at least 3 wrestling movies that are made that are better than it. I don't know where you guys get off calling this the greatest movie with wrestlers in it of all time. There's so much better. And trust me, I've watched a lot of Bowsers. There's a lot of bad ones, mainly everyone that Hulk Hogan has been in. And there's not a ton of movies that center around wrestling. So I know this is important for wrestling fans that they put us on a big screen and they made sure we had a voice. But it felt like they made a movie just for wrestling fans. And I don't feel like that's the way to get us any more of these. If we're going to do more, then make it a movie that everybody can understand. And I'm a little disappointed in A24 because usually they don't shy away from showing all the graphic stuff. I wonder where their heads were when they were making this. Like, hey, we're making a movie about real people, so maybe we should pull back a little bit and not go as hard as we usually do. Because think about Hereditary. They went as deep as they could go into your mental to mess you up. And this movie had the potential to do the same thing. It's a sad story. Make it sad, but also don't pull punches. Like I don't understand the way that it was filmed. It was beautifully shot. There were great things about it. I understand why people like it. They dumped a lot of money into the production of this, but it felt like to me the worst part about it was the story. Me not knowing enough about the Von Erichs and leaving not knowing any more than I went in is not a thumbs up for me. Mid! I don't know if that's disrespectful. I don't mean it to be. But for someone who waited 4 months to watch this movie at their house and make sure they'd be comfortable enough and put in the right situation to watch it, I don't know that I necessarily enjoyed this as much as I should have. And I guess let me know in the comments if you disagree, which I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of you that do, because I've already talked to my couple of my buddies about it, and they're like, dude, you're wrong. And that's fine. I don't mind being wrong. It's just an opinion. Everybody's got them. But let me know what you think.